Welcome back to PSC's Tech Bytes. Today we keep on talking about how we can leverage the Microsoft Teams Toolkit to create professional extensions for Microsoft Teams. And specifically, I will show you how you can create a message extension to collect input and process data, so based on a template which will allow you to see how you can create a custom action for message editing, how you can create a search customization, and how you can create a link unfurling extension for Microsoft Teams. Like we saw in the previous episode, the Teams Toolkit will do the automatic provisioning of the bot in Azure for you, together with the creation of an automated provisioning bicep file for the Azure resources needed to run your solution, as well as it will do the scaffolding of the code of the bot that you will need to have in the backend of such an extension for Microsoft Teams. So, like always, let me move to the demo environment and let me show you how to do that in practice. Like always, using the Teams Toolkit, we can create a new application. We can select that we want to create a message extension, and this time the extension will be of type collect form input. And as such, we will select the TypeScript as the language and the target folder where we want to create the solution. The solution will be PSC's Tech Bytes demo extension 02, and then we are ready to scaffold the solution. What we will get back from the scaffolding tool will be a solution where we have, like always, in the app package folder, a manifest.json file for Teams. And in there, we can see that we have the definition of a set of commands. There will be a create card command, there will be a share message command, and there will be a search query. Plus, we will also have a message handler which will take care of configuring the link unfurling capability for any link which will be related to the botframework.com URL. So, in order to have our extension properly working, we also need a bot file, which is defined and scaffolded in the teamsbot.ts file. And in this one, we have the implementation of the handle team messaging extension submit action, which will be triggered whenever the end user will activate our extension from the UI of the message composition user experience. And the command can be the create card or the share message, and accordingly to this selected command, then we will activate a specific function, and we will dig into it later. We also have the search capability, as you can see in the previous episode of the PSC Tech Bytes, together with the selection of a specific result item in the search results. Then we have the handle Teams app-based link query, which will simply be used to manage the link unfurling. So whenever a user will paste a link which matches the URL domains, any of the URL domains in this list, then the link unfurling functionality will create an adaptive card and render the URL as an adaptive card. And then we have the two functions to create a card and to share a message, which will simply provide the UI to insert a shared message or a new message into the UI of the message composition user experience. So, just for the sake of making an example, let's say that in the manifest we want to support not only any link for bot framework, but also any link for my company. So, whatever will be from pscs.com will be managed by a specific link unfurling. So, that said, we can simply run the deployment of the solution either using the Teams Toolkit from within the solution, and right here we can choose the option we want, or we can press F5 to start it. And let me do that, so that while it will do the setup, the install of all of the npm packages and the packaging and deployment of the solution onto the target Teams environment, I can also show you that, like always with Teams Toolkit, we have the environment folder with all of the settings for all of the environments, and we have the infra folder where we have the bicep template for provisioning the Azure resources needed to run our solution, as well as the bot registration folder in which we have yet another bicep template which will take care of provisioning the bot in Azure in order to create the backend infrastructure for our team extension. Now, the solution will take a while to be ready, so I will fade out and fade in once it is ready and up and running in Microsoft Teams. The solution is now running in Microsoft Teams, so we can log in and we can start using the extension. So first of all, we will have to add the extensions to our target tenant, and once we have done that, we can then play with it. So now we will see the UI to add the app through the app catalog of Teams. Here we are. I can click on add. Now that we have the application, we can go to the chat area, for example, and I can start a new chat with one of my colleagues. Here I have a message. I can click on the three dots in the message composition area, and I can simply select to share that message with or without including a custom image. And by doing that, I will have an adaptive card ready and sharing the message that I just selected. I can also click on the three dots right here. I can activate my extension and I can create a new card. And I can then provide the title of my card. I can provide a subtitle. And I can also provide a message content for my card. By clicking on the submit button, I will have a card ready to be inserted in a message like this one. We can also play with the search capabilities, so I can search through the extension. And here under the cover, we will rely on the npm packages, so I can search for the PNP packages, for example, get a card, copy and paste it into the content of an actual message that I want to compose. And last but not least, I can eventually rely on a URL that I can copy and paste and use the link unfurling capability to have a nice UI behaving in the rendering of a message composition area. Like always, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful and I'm really looking forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.